Hey everybody, Terry Good here, and I am going to start with our core challenge day 1. So first things first, I want to make sure that you understand what the core entails. The core is not just your abdominals, it's your rectus abdominis, the transverse abdominis that lays underneath the rectus abdominis, and then also your obliques, internal and external. Okay, so if you're thinking of your core as a box, this would be the front of the box. Okay, then we think about the sides. Those are our obliques. And we think about our low back muscles. But there is also a top and a bottom to the box. The top of the box is your diaphragm. That's for breathing. It helps your lungs breathe, right? It's the muscle that pushes air out of your lungs and opens up to allow air into your lungs. And then you have your pelvic floor, which goes from front to back of your pubic bone all the way to your tailbone. So we want those muscles to be engaged as well. Specifically, the diaphragm and the pelvic floor are key, all right? So let's start with the warm-up, transverse abdominis. Let's place our hands right at our hip bones, and you're gonna take a breath in. And then as you exhale, you wanna draw your belly button into the spine and feel for your muscles to contract. Inhale, and tense underneath your fingertips. You shouldn't feel, inhale, you shouldn't feel your tummy go out. You should just feel that muscle tighten up. Couple more breaths, inhale, and exhale. Part 2, we're going to keep those muscles strong while we rotate. Pelvic floor comes up, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. One more time, rotate, inhale, and exhale. So our goal is to keep that transverse engaged during the abdominal work that we're doing and during rotation. All right, so let's go ahead and help right now. We're gonna start with 30-second sets. And it's gonna be feet to ceiling, frog crunches, and scissor legs. We're going to do 30 seconds each, and we're going to do that for 2 rounds, and then finish with a stretch, and your first day will be complete. All right, I'm going to use a timer here. I'm using the Tabata Pro app for timing. Ready, guys? We're gonna start with feet to ceiling. Ready, set, here we go. Feet roll up, and tailbone back down. Belly button into your spine, and back down. So what we wanna make sure is that as we move, that we're not poofing our stomach out, that we're keeping that transverse engaged, that we're keeping our pelvic floor engaged. Good, keep it tight, keep it strong. If this is too much for you, drop your heels, keep them by your bottom, and focus on pulling your knees back. One more time. All right, moving on to frog crunches. Feet together, open up your knees, support your neck, belly button into your spine again. So you can even place one hand on your tummy, just to make sure that as you come up, that you're pressing your transverse down. Opening up your knees like this really helps disengage the hip flexors. One more time. All right, now keeping that back nice and flat, hands underneath your tush, belly button in. Let's go to scissor legs. So we're gonna crisscross our legs, and this would be your level 1. Level 2, lower your legs a little bit more. Remember, you're keeping your back flat and your core strong. And then if you wanna make it harder, you can drop your legs down to where they're just hovering. 30 seconds here. You can have your head off of the ground, or you can practice it with your head down. I recommend down because it relaxes your neck. Almost there. Good job, guys. Back up, feet to ceiling. Lift and lower. Belly button. Pull in as you slowly drop your hips down. So I had someone say to me, it's hard for me to engage my transverse and breathe. So what I would recommend to you is just practice. Okay, practice by the warm-ups that I'm showing you. I'm gonna show you one on every single day that we work on this. You'll get better at it as you go. All right, back to frog crunches. Last set of these babies. Lift and lower, focusing on engaging the transverse that's right inside those hip bones. Remember, it doesn't poof out, it stabilizes. So your transverse lays under your rectus abdominis, and we want to train that muscle to hold you in. Sometimes when that's not engaged, what happens is you get this coning, you get something sticking up in your tummy. That means we need to do more transverse work. All right, last set of scissor legs. Here we go. Challenge yourself here. Once again, I recommend head on the ground. I think that a lot of times when we try to do ab work, we've done so many crunches that we teach our neck muscles to do the work for us. That's not good. We don't want that. All right, keep that core tight. We're almost done with our with our last set, and then we're gonna go into our stretch. Okay, now we're doing 60-second stretch, and this time we're going to do cobra. So you're gonna lay on your tummy, pull your belly button into your spine again, relax your glutes, and come up. This is actually Sphinx. Cobra is higher. If you have any low back pain, I recommend that you go back to your elbows. So we're just opening up our abdominals, right? So we did a warm up to train the transverse because that's a muscle that tends to be lazy. 30 more seconds here. And now we're finishing up with a quick 30-second stretch in cobra, and then push back for child's pose to open up your lats and stretch out your low back. And we breathe. Deep breaths here. Now you can let go of your transverse a little bit. Just take a deep breath and relax. Very good. All right, that's day one. Good job, guys.